Alrighty. Well, I got this side all ready. Just slapped the rotor and the pads in and cleaned up the caliper and the I greased the bearings and stuff and replaced the brake hose. I don't have the rotors yet, so I can't put the rotors or the pads on, but I did make sure that the caliper is good. It doesn't need to be rebuilt. And then I got the drum brakes on this side done. I'm going to show you a little before and after. The drum brakes that were on here weren't that bad, but I wanted to replace the wheel cylinders, and obviously there's lots of shoe left there, but it all needs to be cleaned up and stuff. So I'm gonna take the wire wheel to it a little bit, clean it all up, get it looking all right like the other side. I'm still gonna replace the shoes on this side too, because I did on the other side. I don't want to just do one side, even though those are practically brand new. Yeah, this is what this side still looks like. I haven't taken this side apart yet. I'm about to. But yeah, I'm gonna get those sides apart and probably unbolt the friggin' the strut and stuff, so I can get those apart. I know I already kind of threw it back together on this side, but it'll literally be like just taking off the axle nut and pulling that stuff off. It'll be easy. So I'm just gonna re-pull that off so I can get the strut out and clean that up as well. I kind of was thinking about pulling the shocks and the springs. I have new rear shocks, so I might throw those on right there. But I kind of want to pull out the springs and clean those up and paint them too, just to have it looking a little more nice under here. I was thinking about cleaning up all the rear suspension, but I'm only gonna do that when I get my I'm gonna get the links for the rear and control arms and stuff for the front as well. But at the moment, it's going all right. Get new control arms and new tension arms and tie rods and all that jazz, sway bar links and stuff. I'm probably just gonna keep the old sway bar for now. I might get a beefier one at some point though. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm probably gonna start trying to figure out the spark shit again once I'm done working on the brakes. Okay, so I put that spring on first. You want to put that spring on after you put the adjuster on here, because it will hold the adjuster on here for you. Then you can put this guy up here. Make sure that this goes behind on the back, right there. And then that goes in there. Bam. Okay. Now I can just rest that up there and start trying to get the other spring onzo. So we get, just like we took it apart, do this guy, but we're actually going to go like that, and go behind, and then grab the other shoe, and you can just kind of see that. How you do that? This goes around the back side. There. Now they're both on there, and I need to do the top spring that connects to that loop and reaches over and goes behind and connects on that loop. And then once I do that, I should be able to put the springs that go through these center holes and hold the pads against the backing plate. Yeah, but that top spring, so you put the long spring on the forward side because this little gap here is for the adjuster. And what you do is come and you take this and you get the loop, the hook I meant. Alrighty, well, I'm done for the night. Been working all fucking day long. Basically got the brakes rebuilt and I replaced the shocks and then cleaned up a bunch of the fucking nasty chrome trim, and like just spent hours scotch brighting stuff and, you know, making it all ready for paint. And I painted it all. You know, I painted the bumpers and painted a bunch of the trim pieces and yeah, some other pieces over there. Like pretty much everything. The only thing I haven't painted yet, trim-wise, is the door trim right here, the door handles and locks, and then the actual windshield trim. But that's all over there right now, and I'm probably gonna wait to do that until oh god, sorry, I've got the hiccups. Until after the meet in April. Because god, it'll be time consuming getting that all to sit right, and I'd rather just get the windshields in there. Still need to remove the front one. I am going to do that. I want to get the seal for it first, though. But yeah, front brakes are done, except for the rotors, because I'm still waiting for them. And then rear brakes are done. Yeah, that's where I'm at, but gonna start putting everything back together soon here. Okay, so I finally got this fucking back together. It took me forever to get these fucking springs on here. These guys, they're really annoying. It was a lot harder on this side than it was on the other side for some reason. It took me literally like 2 hours just to get these 2 springs on here. My lord. But yeah, drum brake is, you know, all done. I just need to adjust, you know, do the adjustment on it. And then I should be able to, you know, throw the drum on, and drum brakes will be done. Wow, I guess I left this recording. But that's how you get that done. So it's hooked on the back side there, stretched over, pulled right there. Got these springs. Those are all holding them together. This can be evened out a little bit. But yeah, now I just need to pop the springs through here and lock them down to the backing plate so they can't move forward like this. Well, I thought I was recording, but apparently I wasn't. So I got the first shoe connected to the e-brake bracket here, and then the adjuster stay bracket onto that. They both go on the same way. Basically, there's a little dowel. There's one on the back side and the front side of the e-brake bracket. You shove the one on the back through the shoe and put this C-clap on there, and then you squeeze it with some channel locks or pliers to lock it on there. And then you do the same thing with this front one. And you just pop this on there and then slide this C-clap on and squeeze it. And it locks it on there. And then there's a little spring that holds this against the e-brake bracket. It's a spring that goes onto this this little tab right here, this one that my thumb is pointing at, and it reaches behind and goes to this hole. And then you put it up here like so. However, lots of people don't know that before you do that, there's these little rectangular spots. One right here, and then one right here. And that's on both sides. There's one right here, one right here, and one right here. Those are the sliding spots for the pads. You should grease those. Only a tiny bit. Just like wipe off all this excess grease. And then you literally just take this guy and go like that. See that little thin amount of grease? That's all you need. You put too much and it's going to collect a bunch of brake dust and make it worse. Oh, I just touched the fucking... But there you go. A little bit of grease. Little bit of grease. A little bit of grease. And a little bit of grease. Now, if you do this, you need to take like a cloth or something and get this off of here. You do not want any grease on these pads. But now, I'm going to take this guy and then find that little spring I was telling you about. This spring got a loop and a hook. You put the loop over that, and then you come around to the back side, take some pliers right here, and then you just hook it onto that, just like that. Flip that back around. This goes up here, and if you see, there's a little, this guy pad needs to go behind that, like that. Same on the other side, and then that little notch needs to go into the wheel cylinder. See how it's on the sliding spot. You can't see it very well on that middle one, but it is. It's on the sliding spots. That's what you want. Granted, that's pretty easy to do right once you put the springs on and stuff. Putting the springs on isn't very easy though. So right now, I'm gonna grab the adjuster. Oh shit. God. Doing this with one hand is not easy. So I'm gonna put this on. It goes behind this bracket, and okay. You know what, I'm just gonna try and show you like this instead, because you'll be able to see it easier. So you make sure that this little prong goes towards the front, and if you see, there's this notch right here. It has to go in that notch. And then that notch goes in this hole. Oh. I'll show you once it's together. Alrighty, so I'm going to try and show you how I like to do my brakes. Oh, I didn't grab my pliers. Here's a pair, and here's a pair. I'm probably going to need a pair of channel locks though. Maybe, I don't know. Alrighty though. This is how you do some drum brakes on a 76 Celica. So it's got this spring right here, and then this spring right here. Those keep the pads together. When you push brake fluid through the brake cylinder, brake lines come to the back of it and you push it through. It will expand the pads, or the shoes, and push on the inside of the brake drum. And how you take it apart is you just come in here. See, you got a hold of that spring and you gotta fucking unhook it from this little ledge. I'm trying to do this with one hand and it's kind of hard. There we go. Alright, got that spring out. We can unhook it from behind on this other side here. Bam, one spring out. Once you get that one out, it gets pretty easy. It's also got these springs to hold the shoes against the backing plate. So those are pretty easy usually. You just grab this spring right here. Bam. Putting them on is a different story. That's a lot harder usually. Also, it depends on how strong and new these springs are. But this one came off real easy. Bam, shoe off. Spring gone on the bottom. And then you can grab the adjuster right here. Adjuster end is stuck. This isn't the whole thing. Now I will probably gonna have to put the phone down for a second. I'll see if I can. Yeah, there we go. That kind of works. There we go. Yeah, got that apart. Now it's still connected to the e-brake stuff, so what you do for that is you just take some channel locks and you push on the very edge of this C-clip and you can get it to pop off usually. Sometimes it is a little more difficult than that. Bam. That's popped off. And we can pop this off. Get this little spring off right here that holds this is the adjuster mechanism. This little spring holds it against the e-brake bracket, and it makes it so that your shoes will expand as they wear and not come back. It like self-adjusts. That's the front. You got another C-clip on the back. Oh, that's gnarly. Get that out of there. Oh, that's why there were so many spiders on this before. That guy probably just hatched. Lovely. Lovely day. Lovely day. Alright, but yeah, it's another C-clip, same thing. You just take some channel locks. And you're trying to get it on this side and then on the edge of this dowel right here. Not the other side of the C-clip, the dowel that it's on, so you can squeeze. Oh. Sometimes it doesn't like to, and you have to kind of pry up these little lips a little bit so that you can get a better perch on the C-clip. Oh no, now it's just bending though. So now I gotta push those back down a little bit. Push them just a little down, and then again. But see what I mean by sometimes they come off real nice and easy by just squeezing them like this, and then sometimes they really don't. There we go. Finally got that to kind of spread open. Once you do, you can get a big enough gap on the back here that you can just get a screwdriver in there, pop it off. There you go. That's how you disassemble drum brakes. And then I'm also about to replace this wheel cylinder. That's real simple though. You just go on the back side here. You take off the two 10s on either side. This 10 and then this 10. You pop those off. You get this brake line loose. You can pull it right out of there. And I'll come back once the new wheel cylinder's on, and maybe I'll try and show you how to put the drum brakes back on.